What if enlightenment doesn't feel peaceful? What if it feels like you're dying? What does it actually feel like when the you disappears? Because if this is real, it shouldn't just be an idea. It should be something you could recognize in direct experience. So let's get straight into it. Not the philosophy, not the spiritual language, the feeling. Right now, it feels like you are inside of your body, somewhere behind the eyes, looking out at the world. That's the baseline. That's the assumption that you've never questioned. But notice something carefully. That sense of being in there is not solid, it's constructed. It's made out of thoughts that say, I, an image of your body, of your face, and a subtle tension in the head or the chest. That's it. That's what the self is made of. And here's where it begins. When this illusion starts to break, it doesn't feel like gaining something. It feels like that structure is collapsing. And the first sign is deeply physical. It feels like you are disappearing from the inside of your own body. Not metaphorically, literally. Like the center point that you've always felt is fading, and your body is still here, but there's nothing inside of it. It starts to feel hollow, empty, like a shell. And this is where it gets uncomfortable because the body is still moving and breathing, but it no longer feels like it belongs to anyone. It feels like a walking corpse. Like the thing that used to be you has vanished, but the organism is still operating. And that's not peaceful. That's terrifying. Because from the system's perspective, this is death. Your heart might start racing, adrenaline kicks in. There's a raw instinctive panic because it genuinely feels like I am dying right now. But look closer. What exactly is dying? Right now, if you think I am here, that feels obvious. But what is that made out of? It's just a thought. And here's the critical realization. If the I is just a thought, then there cannot be an I having that thought, which means the thought is not coming from anyone, it's just appearing on its own. This is exactly what's being pointed to in that the sense of self is nothing more than thoughts, images, and sensations appearing without an owner. So when those stop organizing into a person, it feels like the person is disappearing because it was never actually there. And this is why the fear is so intense, because the illusion is collapsing in real time and there is nothing to hold on to. And then something even stranger happens. The body starts to feel like it's being controlled by something else. Movements happen, but not by you. Speech happens, but not from you. Breathing continues, but you're not doing it. It feels like an alien force has taken over your body, like something else is now running the system. But here's a twist. That something else is what's always been happening. You just have always called it me. But now the label is gone, and without that label, it feels foreign and unfamiliar, almost invasive, like your body has been hijacked, but no one has hijacked it. There was never an owner to begin with. And this is where the experience can peak. There can be a moment where it feels like reality itself just woke up. Not you, but something deeper, like consciousness just saw itself for the first time, and the feeling was overwhelming. Not emotionally, but like existentially. It's like everything collapses into one undeniable fact. There is only this field of experience, this raw consciousness. And it's not happening to anyone, it's just happening. And in that moment, it can feel like God just remembered it was dreaming, not as a belief, but as a direct, undeniable recognition. Like the entire universe just went, oh. And that recognition is not located anywhere, not in your head or in your body. It's this entire field of awareness. And you realize that you were never a person inside the field, that you are the entire field. And even that is simply misleading because it doesn't feel like you expanded, it feels like the idea of you vanished. And what's left is just a seamless, centerless experience. No inside, no outside, no observer, no observed, just one continuous happening. And here's the part that no one prepares you for. It feels completely impersonal. There's no warmth of identity, no sense of this is happening to me. There's just raw existence being what it is. And that could feel very eerie and cold-like because the personal layer is gone. And with it, this sense of control disappears as well. Decisions still happen, actions still occur, life still continues the same way as it did before, but there is no one doing any of it. And that is not a belief, it's obvious, because again, if the I is just a thought, then who's the one having that thought? Thoughts are appearing, actions are just happening, the body is just moving like a puppet without a puppeteer. Just movement, just life, just this right now. And the fear does not last forever because eventually something becomes clear. Nothing actually died. There was never a you there to die. There were only thoughts claiming that there was. And when that's seen fully, the panic loses its grip, and what's left is not some overwhelming bliss, it's something much simpler, a quiet absence of tension. Because maintaining the illusion of being the self takes constant effort, subtle, continuous effort. And when that effort drops, there's a kind of relief, not emotional, but structural, like something unnecessary is no longer being carried. And life continues, but lighter, not because something was added, but because something false is no longer being maintained. So if you're asking what enlightenment feels like, it feels like this. It feels like you're disappearing. It feels like your body becomes hollow. It feels like you're a walking corpse. It feels like something else is controlling your body, like an alien force of some kind. It feels like God just saw itself, like reality remembered it was dreaming. And at the exact same time, it feels completely ordinary because nothing about experience actually changed, only the illusion of the you at the center of it. And once you see that clearly, there is no going back because you can't unsee the fact that the I you thought you were was just a thought all along.